Hello and welcome to this edition of Crossover. I'm Ji Xiaojun with Lily and Maria. Long time no see, Maria. Today we are still going to talk about another big event which has been actually concluded weeks ago. It's the World Expo in Shanghai.
Yeah.
One of the big reasons for that is we are actually running a series that's about the memories of World Expo in Shanghai. It's called Untold Stories Shanghai Expo. It's a 6-episode series. It's like a documentary, like a retrospective of the World Expo
On
in Shanghai.
CCTV English channel?
On CCTV News. Have you been to the World Expo in Shanghai?
Yeah, I was there.
You were there?
Yeah.
Just as a tourist or as a...
No, I was performing there.
At the Sierra Leone
Yes,
Day.
and we was the first country to host the anniversary.
Right.
Yes, Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone?
Yes, I think it was May 7 or something like that. I was there performing for my president and leaders of the Chinese government.
So you also had a chance to tour around in some other pavilions.
Yes, it was so amazing.
Yeah.
So amazing, so great.
What did you do basically for your performance?
I was doing like Chinese opera.
Chinese opera?
Yes.
Oh,
Which
You're
one?
good
Which
at
genre?
Shou Chan Lianpu.
So it's like a mix.
Yeah, no, actually it's not a face. I dress the Qipao, the Chinese Qipao.
Right.
Yeah, because they have some group from Sierra Leone, the culture. Then I represent China, African China. Yeah. So I was like dressing like the Qipao and singing the Chinese opera.
Yeah.
So everybody was shocked. The Chinese government.
I'm sure they are.
Everybody was like this. Oh, African, she can sing opera
African
in
girl,
China.
Yeah, but I'm sure there were also artists from Africa.
Yes. About 20 artists from Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
Yeah, drums, beating drums, dancing those culture. I think everybody was showing their culture. It's a place to show your culture.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was like African showing African, Chinese showing Chinese, Italian, the American, everybody showing their culture.
And it's more about the exchange of culture, like an African girl singing Chinese. Peking opera. That's
and now my country, everybody wants to learn.
Well, Lily was there actually for another episode about the World Expo. Actually, we take another look at the time back to the 6 months of the World Expo. We talked about lots of interesting phenomena and big events in the World Expo. What impressed you the most?
I would have to say the Japan pavilion and the Germany pavilion with the huge metal balls swinging up. And in Japan, in the Japan pavilion, you can always see the state-of-the-art technology.
Yes.
And those other technologies can really be applied in our daily life and make our lives amazingly easier.
and robots talking to people dancing.
Yes, yeah.
That's a little bit creepy, actually.
You may see a machine talking to you like a human being.
Oh, yeah.
It could be scary.
Yes.
Talking about this documentary series that we're showing on CCTV News. It's 6 episodes. Each one is 40-minute long, and it's focusing on, how China won the bid for the 2010 World Expo, and how we had this slogan, "Better City, Better Life," and how how come we had this initial idea of best urban practice.
I'm sure
there is
it would
a
be very
pavilion about
interesting.
that, and how the World Expo has become a cultural carnival, a huge platform for us. It's like a big party for the world. Let's take a look at the short video clip showing Premier Wen Jiabao declaring the close of the World Expo.
Okay.
宣布，2010年上海世界博览会闭幕。
6 months working in the World Expo, in the World Park, and I just heard stories about many of the, say, the workers working for these different pavilions in Shanghai. They've decided to stay on. No, they've decided to stay on. They are from other countries.
Really?
But,
Wow.
Yeah. After being in Shanghai for so long,
Yeah,
and they just fall in love with the city.
Yes. Oh my God.
Really?
So lovely.
Yeah.
So where are they going to work?
We don't know. Somehow, they can manage, I guess. Hopefully. Good
Yeah,
luck
but
to
I'm
them.
sure because after each expo, usually there would be another economic boost for that city and areas around it. So I'm sure there will be more job opportunities for those people.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is a unique experience for all these people.
Yeah.
And just now we were talking about, those employees working for the different pavilions in the World Park. But actually, there is also another very special group, the volunteers.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot.
And they're nicknamed, do you know their nickname?
Do you know? Their nickname is the little cabbage.
Oh.
Because the uniform they wear is green and white.
White, yeah.
And they're
Something
so
like
cute.
a tracksuit.
Chinese, just something like Chinese cabbage.
And most of them are university students, so they're young and cute, and
they're really lovely. Always ask, where do you want to go? Can I help
and
you?
they're
Which
always
bus?
smiling, always
smiling. Which bus you want to take?
Yeah, these are the pictures.
These are the little cabbages.
Pictures showing all these little cabbages working so hard.
Can you speak English? What's your name? What? Genting, right? So where did you lose your mom? Can you tell me? So now I will take you to find your mom, okay? So just follow me, okay? Right? Don't cry. Oh, you're a brave boy. Right?
可能是因为累了吧，然后再加上也不太顺利，就觉得我干嘛要这样子做，就让自己又累啊，然后又不开心，有这种想法，隐隐的有，但是我觉得还好吧，因为我们15个人相处的特别的好，所以工作上的一些不顺利，可能至少目前来说都能够克服。
现在到了的人我就先跟你们说啊，因为时间来不及了。你们今天的任务就是站在巡游花车的两侧白线外，跟着巡游花车走，不要让那个观众冲到那个巡游花车的里面去了。
往左打一点，往左打。
然后你们自己大概保持等距站一下，车头一个，车尾一个，好吗？好。
当我以为我自己是一个人冲到那里的时候，我们5个人全部都冲到了那里，而且大家都是怎么说呢？非常充满激情的团结在一起，所以我觉得很开心。
大家辛苦了，大家辛苦了，回家，自己去。
And the total number of all these volunteers, 80,000.
Wow.
80,000.
Okay.
And most of them are students, university students.
Yes, I believe.
So a huge problem for them. Many of them graduate this year, so...
Meaning their graduation was in June 2010.
In June. But remember the World Expo was concluded in...
End of October.
So they missed their best season for
job hunting.
For a job.
Yeah. So I've heard that they are actually arranging a special recruitment events for those volunteers. I think they deserve a second chance.
Yes,
they were working so hard.
Really. Yeah. They work so hard. If you be there, you'll know that they work so hard.
Right.
If you are the boss, would you?
Yes, I will give them chance. Yes, I will not even interview them.
Okay, if you're watching our show, write to Maria. You have your chance.
Yeah.
Maria, what's the situation back in Africa, say in Sierra Leone, when a huge event like maybe as big or not as big as the World Expo happens in Sierra Leone or in other countries in Africa?
Yeah.
I'm sure there are also volunteers. Most of them are young people?
Yes.
Students.
Yes. And the government always try to give them job after everything.
It'll be arranged by the government?
Yes, by the government, yeah.
Okay.
They will arrange some companies that will arrange jobs for the people.
Okay.
Because they really need it. Because they already lose their time learning. Because in the expo, they learn a lot of things. A lot of experience. So it's very easy for companies to take them. They don't need to go under like practicing everything. They already have the basic something like that. So
and
one thing
I'm sure about the volunteers going for job interviews is that they can keep smiling.
Yes.
And they can smile when answering each
and it's
question.
nice for job. You always smile, not
right. And they have been smiling for half a year, you know, working as volunteers.
Okay, we're going to smile for another half hour, but now we're going to take a short break. When we come back, more stories about the World Expo in Shanghai.
Drug driving is an offense, and it will seriously impair your driving ability. For your own and others' safety, don't take the risk. Drug driving ruins lives.
And welcome back to Crossover, and that was the volunteers smiling their way to the new jobs, new opportunities, and possibly a new career. Some more stories to share with you. Well, this World Expo has actually created lots of world records in, say, the total number of visitors.
Yes.
That's over 70 million.
Yes.
That's the largest number in Shanghai.
The largest in the world, in Expo history?
In the world Expo history. It's 73 million people.
Wow.
I know, I mean, maybe the longest queue.
That's why the queues are so long.
Yeah, you have to make line like 5 hours.
Yes.
The list is 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours is kind of short.
Yeah.
You know, I know people queuing up for the Saudi pavilion actually spend like 8 hours or something.
That's why I said the list is 2 hours.
The least.
Is the list.
Yes.
Possibly the most countries and regions and organizations participating.
Yes.
But 2 countries nearly missed this World Expo.
I think one of them is Iraq. Because of the political background and everything. But anything, I'm thinking that because of this political background, I would understand if the government decides that attending an expo might be the last thing on their agenda because they have so many issues to address within their country.
Yes.
However, if you look at this rich civilization that Iraq holds, I mean, definitely it would be a pity if we missed it out of the expo here because it is home to one of the world's oldest major civilizations. It has a splendid
But I heard that the organizer of the expo tried to help them.
Yes, they actually did help them.
Yes, greatly.
So it was actually 1 month after the official opening of the World Expo when and the Iraq joined the big family, and we're going to show you some pictures of how they prepared their exhibitions, their pavilion.
Okay.
This is the Iraq pavilion showing people working on the preparation, last minute preparation. Carpet.
Oh, their buildings.
The model of the city, I think.
And the ribbon cutting ceremony marking the opening.
This is the foreign minister.
Yes.
That was the foreign minister.
It's a great step because this is the first time Iraq participates in the World Expo.
Yeah.
So it's their first step.
I think they will never forget it. It's a big remembrance for them.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, when we talk about Iraq said they nearly missed this World Expo, we somehow understood why they missed this World Expo. They nearly missed it because, you know, they had so many things to work on. They were so busy back home.
Yes.
But there is another country which nearly missed this World Expo. Well, we would say they were also very busy back home, you know, working on the economy or something else. But this is the United States.
But the U.S. has hosted so many World Expos.
How comes?
It's basically about the mechanism, you know. According to their law, the government is not allowed to pay anything for the World Expo, and it has to be done in a different
it's a financing problem.
But
they
somehow
have so many big multinational companies there. They
big
sponsors.
Yeah, they have a lot of.
Somehow they managed to come.
Yeah.
This one is.
See all the people queuing up there. I've never been in there. Have you ever been in there, Maria? No.
Yeah, I've never been there.
Well, it looks pretty nice.
It's beautiful inside.
Yeah. And that's a touch screen.
Yeah.
Interactive thing.
Something like Japan.
It's actually one of the biggest pavilions inside this expo.
Yeah, the inside is.
And also one of the most popular pavilions inside the World Park.
See, you can see logos of enterprises inside different
companies.
Yes, they sponsor. And China is a huge market. I'm sure that's all worth it.
So it's American companies and Chinese companies.
Yes.
Working together to make it happen. Now, Maria, you've been to about 10 pavilions in the World Expo Park. Which one actually impressed you the most?
I think for us is China.
China.
Yes, and the second England.
England.
Yeah.
What impressed you?
England, the outside view.
The outlook.
Yeah. It's really nice. And do something like seeds. When you go close, you see the place like a seeds, you know?
Yes.
They have like a seed cathedral.
Yes.
And all you see mainly are rods, actually.
Yes,
and
like
the rods. And I've heard that the rods actually have some functions that they would draw light into the pavilion during daytime, and they can direct light outwards during nighttime. See, that's how the building shines during nighttime. And if you look really closely to those rods, you can see seeds, right? Different colors, different types.
You see?
The total number of these rods, it's 60,000.
60,000.
Yeah, like over 60,000.
Well,
something
could be
like
over.
That. Yeah.
I'm sure if you want to try to count, you'll lose your count definitely.
God, I think you need
it's a mission
6 years.
impossible. And talking about all these displays or exhibitions inside all these pavilions, and there are quite a few others which impress people a lot, like the one you mentioned in Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
In Saudi Arabia, there is like a 4D
IMAX
theater.
Yeah, they actually they played a movie. It's mainly a journey from the ancient times to nowadays, the changes in Saudi Arabia. You would feel like you're walking along the camels in the desert. And because it's 4D, when there's wind, you feel wind. When it rains, you can feel the mist. Yeah.
From the beginning to the end of the...
Yes.
It's amazing.
Since you step into that pavilion and your last step out of it, it's solely a IMAX journey.
Following you, everything is like...
Yes.
We are going to take another short break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about what will happen to the exhibits of some pavilions in the World Expo. And welcome back to Crossover. So what's going to happen to all these exhibits? And some of them are really delicate ones.
And I do care about one of those exhibits in the Japan pavilion, the Wall of Life. No, the Wall of Life. It's actually a wall with a huge LED, and you can actually you can remote control it with your voice, even with a gesture of your hand. It can do basically a lot of things. You know, you can watch TV, watch movie, you can ask it to tell you the time, and you can have a video phone call, you know, things like that. It's amazing. It's basically if I'm the wall, and if Maria says, what's the time?
What's the time?
The local time is 6:15 p.m.
Okay.
I want to read news.
Okay, now this morning the Shanghai World Expo has fully drawn to closure.
Come on, I mean, we can't actually take the whole wall back home, and the best way to do it is, you know, make this invention affordable to more families, and maybe we can afford a technology like that and make our life easier and more convenient.
Seriously, think about it. Really. You don't even need to put up wallpapers. You just put up a picture you like, and it will be on your wall.
Is just
and you can read. You can read books on the wall.
What about radiation? And we are talking about LED screen, LED wall, and people might worry about the radiation created.
No, I would worry about my weight because if that really happens, I'm sitting in the couch every day.
Okay.
Everything.
If you can choose one item to stay in China in that museum, what would it be?
Maybe Japan.
The pavilion.
Yeah, so at least you don't do anything, you just sit
and you get everything.
That robot.
Yeah.
You want to keep it home.
Yeah.
Okay.
When somebody is knocking when I'm not there, just say,
yeah.
She's not here.
And talking about this series, the documentary series on the World Expo, Untold Stories, Shanghai Expo, and there is one episode about best urban practices. Basically, it's all these different cities, the world of introducing the best ways of managing their life, the best urban practices.
Yeah, it's something about like the city, the footprint of the cities. I think it's actually, if we look back at the history of the World Expo, you can see also a footprint. Yeah. Because in the very beginning, like in 1800 or something,
yes, 1880 something.
Yeah, and then for several decades, it's mainly a trade fair or maybe of manufactured products, of technologies. For example, we know the telephone was first exhibited in one of the World Expo, and then later on it started for countries to use this as a platform for culture exchanges and to demonstrate their country's culture and to learn about others. And we know, the Eiffel Tower, for Paris, actually.
Yes. That was 1887, something like that.
Yes. And I mean, the tower was magnificent because before the Eiffel Tower, people know about the cathedrals, the palaces. They're built by stone with craftings and ornamentations. But the Eiffel Tower is about purely iron. But iron itself can be beautiful. So it's really about bringing new ideas of art and design and culture and start to address issues of human beings, of human life.
Some of the things we take for granted these days, they are actually the exhibits or the results of these World Expos.
Like ice cream cones,
Even ice cream.
Not ice cream, but
not real ice cream.
All right.
In St. Louis Expo, they invented that. And today,
tape recorders.
Yeah, tape recorders, yes.
In 1940 in New York World Expo.
Yes, 1952 New York.
And electricity.
Wow, that's something we can't live without.
In Chicago in 1893.
Yes.
But I mean, for the World Expo in Shanghai, it's more like a big carnival. It's like a big platform for, say, artists from the world over to meet each other, to meet Chinese people. It's like a platform to introduce your culture to the world over.
I think it addresses three issues. First is what I talked about. I mean, technology always plays a very important part. And second is about cultural exchange. And the third part, I think, is that countries and cities are using the expo as
like a family.
I'm thinking about as a branding for their nation, for the city. That's a very good opportunity. And also, post-expo economy would be a great chance for that whole area.
I think it's something like a friendship too, because all the countries are together, exchanging ideas, everything together, just like
so many people are going to stay in Shanghai after the expo.
American and Chinese will be like a family. African, Chinese, African, American, European, everybody are together now like one.
As I said, I mean, we can't afford to travel to the whole world, go to all these different countries, but this time you go to one place.
You go everywhere around the world.
You go everywhere.
And you make friends with people from all over the world.
I know it's already several weeks after the concluding of the World Expo in Shanghai, but again, we can still talk about so much about the World Expo. The World Expo is going to stay in the memories of lots of people.
It's forever.
It's like forever.
Yeah, it's forever.
For people like yourself, you worked in there. Sorry, Maria, but I'm going to make you feel sadder because what we are going to do is to show you some more pictures about the beautiful night scenes of the World Expo Park.
Well, the good thing about in Chinese, when we say goodbye, it's actually see you again or see you later. So anyway, we'll see that later.
So World Expo, World Expo.
We love you.
We love you.
Never forget you.
And see you next time.